Hi there, Chris here. I wanted to talk about Lishi's in this video. I just watched Murloc, and he's having great fun with his sphere, his sparrow sphere, and he has what he's done is pinned up this Schleg core that comes, when they first introduced this sphere, the lock came with it, this cylinder, and now it's, I think, $5 or $10 extra. But he's pinned it up with a lot of security pins and a bunch of different springs. So, and was able to pick it with his SC4 Lishi, which is the Schleg profile. But I wanted to say, and they can do that, the Lishis can do that. I've picked a lot of challenge locks with Lishis, but let's take a look at this real quick. This is the tip, the pick tip here. And you can see it's very thin, and it's fairly delicate. And these are designed to pick, this is an SC4, so it's designed to pick a Schleg 6-pin lock. You can do 5s with it as well. But it's designed to pick what you would normally find in a Schleg factory lock. And once you start putting in extra spring or harder springs or different springs and security pins, it becomes a lot harder for the Lishi to be able to pick that, to feel that. I mean, you have to drive it, but also you have to work with the limitations of the tool. And we'll talk about different keyways. This is a Schleg. This is one for a quick set. And when quick set, if you get a quick set branded quick set, you're going to be able to pick this. You do want to go to the board lock picker and watch all his Lishi videos. This shaft here will set anything on a quick set. The shaft right here without the pick tip is like an 8. So if you have an 8 or a 9 pin, it will. If you had a 9 pin, it will certainly overset that, so you're not going to be able to pick it. It's just the limitations of the tool and how far it can, stretch for that. But the other thing I wanted to mention, if you get a Quickset branded lock or a Schleg branded lock, those keyways are going to be very compatible to these. If say Quickset brands, licensed another lock, like this is a faultless. And it's a Quickset. They use, it's a division of Quickset, I think. And they use a different, they use the Quickset keyway, but because these tolerances aren't as close as an actual Quickset, sometimes you can get into trouble with that. And the Lishi tool will not fit in well, and sometimes get stuck. So you want to be careful with that. They can, the place to start with them is if you have a Quickset Lishi, use a Quickset branded cylinder. If you have a Schleg one, use a Schleg branded cylinder. Because as they spread out through different brands that are using that keyway, the tolerances, you may have trouble with your Lishis. So all that being said, I'm going to, let's pick the Schleg first. So this is a Schleg lock with a, original Schleg key, and this is the Schleg keyway. So this SC4 is going to work well in here. So the first thing you want to do is make sure your pick tip is all the way down in this body here as you put it in. And you want to make sure as it goes in, it goes nice and smoothly, and it goes all the way to there. If this were a 5-pin lock, it would only go to there. but because this is 6-pin, I believe, it goes all the way in. So then you want to gently tension this, and this one is just bada boom, bada bing. This one is the binding order is 1 through 6. So moderate tension here with the thumb, push down, get a little click. Number 2, push down, get a little click. Number 3, push down, get a little click. 4, little click. And on 4, I felt more resistance, so I let off a little bit of pressure. 5, so I'm feeling pressure. So as I don't want to hurt my tip, but I want to set the pin, so I'm going to release pressure a little bit, like you would when you're normally picking. Oh, it's only a 5-pin. There you go. So we're in. And that is about the easiest. Now you want to make sure that the pick tip is in the body when you pull it out. So we'll do that real quick again. So fairly light pressure. Nice little click. You want to get right on that pin. And as I go down, I'm letting off pressure. There's a little bit of a click and a core turn. 3 was easy. 4, I felt a little core turn. Now, if I maintain that same, if I maintain that same pressure on my thumb on 5, I'm not going to set it. I could hurt my tip. So I'm going to release some of that pressure. And did we get it? No, we didn't get it. Oh, yes, we did. Okay, what happened there is I overset it, and then I released pressure, and the pin fell into the correct position, and we got our open. So pick tip in the body, pull it out, and you're good. And then you, as it in the pick position, you can go ahead and decode it. So a lot of times people say, oh, the Lishi with the Lockwoods doesn't work well. Well, those are difficult pins. Let's see. Those are difficult pins because they're tapered, and it starts to fool the Lishi, as does security pins and different springs, that kind of thing. So at that point, you're really picking like you would be picking a challenge lock. You're feeling, you're jockeying, you got to drive it well. So here's a cheap, and I mean cheap, faultless, and I think they're a lower Kwikset brand. I think Kwikset does own them. So let's see. Goes in, there's a little bit of hesitation there. Any more than a little bit of hesitation, and I wouldn't try it. So we're going to try and pick this. I don't know what we got in here, so nothing on 1. Nothing on 2. Nothing on 3. Nothing on 4. Okay, 5 is binding. So I'm going to release a little tension. I got a little set on 5. I felt a click and I felt a slight turn. So we'll try 4. Nothing. It's not finding 4. Let's go back to 5, make sure 5's still good. I think we're still good with 5. Let's go 3. Okay, a little click, a little turn. 2. See, I skipped 4 because I didn't get much out of it. So I'm going up front now. I got to click on 2. And we're in. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, as I went by it, I just gave it a little nudge, and that was enough to set that. So again, turn the lock closed, pick tip goes into the body, and you're out. So you want to be careful with them, especially with non-branded or not the Lishi KW quickset in a non-quickset lock, even though it's the same keyway. They have great latitude, but you also have to be careful. And once you damage that pick tip, it's really difficult to get it back to where it was. So that's about what I got on Lishi's. Do check out the Helpful Lock Picker. Has great Lishi videos, and also probably the ultimate Lishi guy is the Board Lock Picker. And he explains all the limitations of the quickset one, and as well as Helpful does as well. So you can have a lot of fun with them, and they can pick locks that that have been modified. And like I say, I've picked a fair amount of challenge locks with them, but you do have to be careful. All right, that's about it. Questions, comments? Hit the like, hit the don't like. I don't like Lishi's. It's not real picking or whatever. That's cool. I find it a fun tool to play around with. Anyway, thanks for watching. We will see you next time.